Yep, go on.
Oh, okay. So we're wanting to see if I do this type of equation for another combination of acid base, whether we end up with it cancelling down to the same equation. So Leanne, just give me another acid and base. So we want them to balance differently. Alright, so H2SO4, that should make it different. So name for me a base. Magnesium. I think we'll probably end up with balancing the same. Let's go back. We'll just pick a group 1. We'll put the potassium hydroxide in. Alright, so acid plus base gives salt, potassium sulfate plus water, and balance it. And acknowledge how those chemicals are being presented. So the acid and the base are floating around in water, aqueous, so is the salt that's produced, and the water is in the liquid form. Rewriting that equation to show that the ionic substances, we don't actually have the molecule, they're separated as ions, but we have to be careful about the balancing numbers. When I translate that from a molecule into ions, I have 2 hydrogen ions and a sulfate ion. And similarly here, if I had 1 potassium hydroxide, I'd have 1 of each of the ions, but you've got to take note of the balancing number. So in fact, I have 2 potassium ions and 2 hydroxide ions. Over here, I've got, when that breaks down into ions, because it's an ionic substance, I'm producing 2 potassium ions and a sulfate, and we leave the water as it is because it's a molecule. It's not producing ions. As we did in our first example, we're going to cancel out the spectator ions. So a sulfate either side, should have a negative sign. And we've got potassiums cancelling out. So that's our ionic equation, cancelling out the spectator ions and writing what we've got left would lead us to our net ionic equation. So on the left we've got 2 hydrogen ions and 2 hydroxide ions, gives me 2 water, and we could see we could cancel out, divide throughout by 2 to get the equation in the same form as the previous one. So here we have a different combination of acid and base, however we've shown that ultimately we still have the same reaction happening. Thank you for watching. Alright?